This episode is part of our Australian Pale Ale series. Today's beer is Bodriggy Utopia Pale Ale. Hello and welcome to Beer Australia Reviews, and today we're carrying on with our Pale Ale series, and we've got a Pale Ale from one of the smallest and newest microbreweries across Australia. So this one is called Bodriggy Utopia Pale Ale. Very quirky, as you can see on the can. Lots of cartoonies on this one. Let's see, from their website, it's a US style Pale Ale. And a review said it's got citrus and stone fruits, more stone fruits, aromas in abundance thanks to Mosaic and Calypso hops. This is one of the small independent brew pubs that's opened up across Australia in recent years. So this one is based in Melbourne in Victoria, and they've only actually been brewing beer since 2018, and so they must be doing something right, because this one was actually recommended to me by my local Vintage Cellars, who currently have this beer as their top pale ale in 2021. So that's why we're trying it today. I'm not in Melbourne, I'm in Perth, so a little bit difficult to get over to the brew pub. But if anyone's been to the Bodriggy brew pub in Melbourne, let us know. Tell us what the beers are like, because apparently what they do is they have a rotating line of small run beers. So every 6 weeks they update it and they have a different beer on tap at the brew pub. On the website as well, one thing that caught my eye was an English dark ale. So if someone can find me an English dark ale from the Bodriggy brew pub in Melbourne, send me some. Now, they've obviously got a very quirky style. I think they know their audience, though. They're looking for blokes who are in like their 20s and early 30s and stuff, who've grown up watching the cartoons of like the last 10 years or so. Not my thing, but hey, if that's the guys that they're aiming for, I think they've got a hit with the style of this one. I had a look at the website. They have a core focus on freshness, and they use a lot of they mention like the quality of the hops and stuff that they use on the website. So now, I'm not generally a fan of beer that comes from Melbourne. The Melbourne water, I don't like the taste what that gives beer. So let's try this anyways. So if Vintage Cellars like it, let's give it a go. Oh, always awkward opening cans. Okay. Quite a light amber colour, this one. Lots of fizz. Sort of medium on the size of the foam bubbles compared to some pale ales. Lots of fizz. Looks like a lemonade. Okay. Oh, I'm getting the aroma from it already. Okay, that's quite a nice sized frothy head compared to some of them. Okay, this is looking good. So, first time I've tasted this one. Let's give it a good. It definitely smells like a lot of the other Australian pale ales. They seem to have a lot of extra hops in them. I don't know whether you need to hop a pale ale as much as what they do in Australia, but it's the current trend in craft beers is to put as many hops in as possible. It definitely smells like beer. I don't know about your citrus fruits. What ones does it say this time around? Stone fruits. Okay, well, let's have a try. It's quite tangy, quite sour, this one. It's one of the more stronger flavoured pale ales that I've tried in recent weeks. And I can imagine if some people come to this one from a much more bland Australian beer, this one might have more flavour than what you're used to. Some people might not like that. It's quite dry. It is drying in the mouth, this one. But I like strong flavoured beers. It's what I like, so it's not bad. Now, let me see if I can taste any of this fruit aromas. thanks to the Mosaic and Calypso hops. Okay, don't know what Mosaic or Calypso hops are, but again, I get grapefruits with this one. I'm not getting stone fruits, I'm getting citrus fruits, but tangy citrus fruits. Grapefruit is the main thing that's coming through for me. So when we say stone fruits, what we're talking about here is like mainly like peaches or apricots or something like that. But I'm not getting tastes of anything like a peach on this one. Grapefruit, yeah. So I quite like a beer that tastes the way this does, like with like a strong grapefruit type of a flavour. But I don't know where they get stone fruit from. I'm going to give this one lots of praise because it's avoided that usual sort of Melbourne. Melbourne has like a really drying. Melbourne beer has a really drying flavour. It's like it gives it like a dusty sort of a feel on the tongue as it goes down. This place has actually managed to avoid that. I don't know where they get the water from, whether they filter the water, double filter it or something or other, but the quality of the water makes such a difference when you are talking about beer. So lots of places in Australia, the water quality just is not good enough to make beer. I'm not a fan of beer that's made in Perth, for example, because Perth water is absolutely awful. Always go down south and get yourself a Margaret River beer where they store the rainwater that falls on the land, so you're not having water that's sat in these like dusty reservoirs and then came through all sorts of limestone aquifers and things, which just adds a lot of taint to the water. I mean, everywhere in Australia has hard water, which is not the best for making beer, but this one they've managed to avoid the worst of the Australian hard water. So stone fruits, no. Citrus, yes, very definitely. There's some grapefruit in this one. Let me have another go for stone fruits because I'm curious now. Why do they say stone fruits if it's not in there? Dry and tangy on the tongue. Definite hints of grapefruit. Can't find any stone fruit in there. I don't know. They must have forgot to put the. I was going to say put your plums in, but hey, right. So now, if you like the quirky sort of a style, and if you're one of these 20-somethings with a beard, you probably do. Then give it a go. It's definitely worthwhile trying. Is this the best pale ale enough to win an award? I don't know whether I would give this one an award, but I would definitely recommend it if you'd like to try. If you've never tried it, definitely give it a go. Buy yourself a 4-pack or a 6-pack, wherever it gets sold in. I think I only ended up with one can of this. Bodriggy Brewery from Melbourne. I'm going to give you a I like it. Carry on making it. Send me some of that English dark ale, please. I'd really love to try some. So yeah, you're getting a 4 chainsaws on this one, which is not bad. Okay, so yep, give it a go. Thanks for watching.